Attention passionate Atlanta, FALCONS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, what I'm about to tell you is something that's been buzzing around NFL circles, and it's got the potential to shake up not just the NFC South, but the entire NFC landscape. Rumors, reports, whispers, whatever you want to call them, from none other than Adam Schefter suggest that the Philadelphia Eagles, currently sitting at 5-2 and looking like serious contenders, might be making a bold move involving one of their key offensive weapons, Devonta Smith. Yes, Smith, the Pro Bowl wide receiver, the Slim Reaper, as many have affectionately called him, could be on his way out of Philadelphia. And the reason? Well, it's all about cap space, strategic moves, and maybe even a bit of a shift in their offensive focus. From what Schefter's indicating, the Eagles are considering trading Devonta Smith to the Atlanta Falcons in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft and a player named Josh Ali. Now, this isn't just a random trade rumor. It's rooted in the Eagles' current cap situation, which is pretty tight, and their desire to free up around $12. $4 million to focus on bolstering their pass rush. That's the priority right now. The Eagles, as you all know, are incredibly competitive. They're trying to keep that Super Bowl window open, but they're also aware that to do that, they need to make strategic moves, especially on defense, where they want to upgrade their pass rush with some fresh talent. But for us Falcons fans, this potential trade could be a game changer. Devonta Smith, at just 26 years old, is one of the most dynamic receivers in the league. His 2025 stats tell a compelling story. 31 receptions for 478 yards, averaging 4 yards per catch with 4 touchdowns. That's impressive considering his role in the Eagles' offense, and he's been a reliable target with a PFF grade of 89. 5 and a positive EPA per target of plus 0.30. He's a receiver who excels in contested catch situations, 72% success rate, and has top-tier separation stats, averaging 2.8 yards of separation, which is among the best in the league. His career totals are equally notable. Nearly 4.0 receiving yards and 23 touchdowns, a catch rate of around 68%, and he's shown flashes of that explosive ability that made him a first-round pick back in 2021. Now, yes, he had a bit of a setback in 2025 due to a hip injury that limited his snaps to around 80. But when healthy, he's the kind of receiver who can change a game on any given play. The Eagles have been using him heavily alongside A.J. Brown, creating a formidable duo that's been a nightmare for defenses. This season, with Brown, they've averaged an eye-popping 160 yards per game just from that connection, making the Eagles' passing attack one of the most dangerous in the league. And here's where it gets really interesting for the Falcons. If Atlanta manages to acquire Devonta Smith, it could elevate their passing game to a new level. Currently, the Falcons' offense has been gaining momentum, especially with their young quarterback, Desmond Ridder, and their impressive receiver, Drake London, who's been performing at a PFF grade of 92, a really high mark indicating consistency and elite-level play. Smith's addition would be a perfect complement to London, creating a dynamic duo that defenses would struggle to contain. It would also elevate the passing yards per game for the Falcons from their current 214, which ranks around 18th in the league, up to a projected 270 yards. A significant boost that could translate into more wins and higher offensive efficiency. Looking deeper into the numbers, adding Smith could give the Falcons a projected offensive DVOA increase of about 14%, meaning their overall efficiency in the passing game would improve substantially. Plus, it would help them generate more big plays, an increase of around 21% in explosive pass plays. That's exactly the kind of upgrade that can turn close games into blowouts, especially in the red zone. Their red zone touchdown rate, currently at 51%, could rise to around 65%, giving their offense that much-needed edge in scoring opportunities. It's especially crucial considering their recent struggles with mismatches after the injury to Debo, which has weakened their run defense and made it harder to contain opponents' offenses. Now the Falcons aren't just looking to improve their offense. they're also focused on creating a balanced team. Their defense, which has been giving up about 24 points per game, needs to tighten up, but with the addition of a receiver like Smith, their offensive firepower would be enough to keep defenses honest, creating mismatches and opening up the run game for Drake London and others. Imagine a scenario where Ridder has the ability to stretch defenses with Smith's precise route running and exceptional contested catches. That would give the Falcons a true vertical threat, one that could transform their entire offensive identity. And let's talk about the big picture here, because this potential trade could have a ripple effect on the Falcons' Super Bowl odds. Currently, they're considered long shots with betting odds around +200. But if they land Smith, those odds could drop dramatically to around +900, making them serious contenders in the NFC. The NFC South itself is in flux, and with the right moves, the Falcons could capitalize on division rivals' weaknesses. The key is their passing game, and Smith would be the perfect piece to ignite it, reminiscent of the Julio Jones era when Atlanta had one of the most dominant passing attacks in the league. In terms of the strategic fit, the Falcons have already been making moves to improve their offense, and acquiring Smith fits right into that plan. It's about adding that precision route runner, that reliable target who can make tough catches in traffic, and who can stretch the field vertically. With London's high PFF grade and Smith's ability to create separation and win contested catches, Atlanta would have a duo that defenses simply couldn't match up with. Plus, this move would signal that the Falcons are serious about contending now, not just rebuilding, and it could give their offense an extra gear heading into the second half of the season. So what do you think, Falcons fans? Could this trade really happen? And if it does, how much of an impact do you see Smith having on the team's chances to make a deep playoff run? Would this be the spark they need to finally break through and reach that Super Bowl stage again? I want to hear your thoughts. This is a story that's still developing, but one thing is for sure, things are heating up in Atlanta, and we're here to keep you updated every step of the way. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, this potential deal could reshape the Falcons' offensive strategy, making them more explosive and unpredictable. Imagine Ridder with a true vertical threat like Smith stretching the field, opening up lanes for London in the run game, and forcing defenses to pick their poison. It's exactly the kind of move that could turn Atlanta from a solid team into a true NFC contender. And with the division still up for grabs, especially with the Carolina Panthers and New Orleans Saints trying to find their footing, the Falcons have a real shot to take a leap forward. But of course, there are questions. Will the Eagles pull the trigger on this trade? Does Atlanta have the assets to make it happen without sacrificing too much? And most importantly, how will Devonta Smith fit into the Falcons' offense, and how quickly can he adapt to a new scheme and a new quarterback? These are the questions we'll be watching closely in the coming days, because NFL trades are often unpredictable until they're officially announced. In the end, though, what's clear is that the Falcons are positioning themselves to make a serious push. They're looking to maximize their offensive talent, and Smith could be the missing piece that elevates the entire team. It's a fascinating storyline, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds. For now, just remember, Atlanta Falcons fans, we're on the brink of something exciting. The season is far from over, and with moves like these, the path to the Super Bowl could be clearer than ever. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and keep supporting your team because big things are happening, and you don't want to miss a moment of it. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news.